So we're on the train now because we're heading to Scotland, where I will be collecting my dream car completely sight unseen. So we'll see you when we get there.
You excited, eh?
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, man. You alright?
Yeah, good.
Good.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming this house.
Yeah, more money on it, so
yeah, I mean that
you can still enjoy it. It's
that is the only thing with them cars. Any repairs.
See where that castle is?
Oh yeah.
Literally, I live literally opposite the castle.
Oh wow. Do you know if it's had?
It was clean, like, yeah, but
Yeah, it's going to get dusted. Do you know if it's had paint at any point?
I think it has, like,
Right. Yeah.
If you look down there, it's kind of orange peely.
Okay.
I think it has had paint, like.
Right.
It's bound to have, isn't it?
I was going to say yeah, because it is clean, isn't it, for the age? So be surprised if it hasn't.
I don't know how clean it is under that, mate.
There's the beast.
We have finally picked up the car George has non-stop spoke about for the last 9 years. How does it feel? It felt like Christmas Day today for me. I felt really nervous the whole day.
It hasn't really sank in yet. I'm just trying not to crash. It takes a while to get used to any new car. But this in particular, yeah, I'm just trying to do everything right. Yes, it's true. I have just bought my dream car, a BMW E60 M5. Yes, this is the one with the 5-litre V10 in. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to get started with this car. It's been a long time coming. This was, I think, the cheapest example in the country, so there's probably a good reason for that, but let's take a look around it. So say hello to my 2007 BMW E60 M5. Now for those that know, this is the LCI or the facelift version of the BMW E60 M5, and I was very particular when it came to looking for one of these cars. It had to be an LCI. Not only do I think the LCIs look better, you have the updated headlights, tail lights, interior, but it also comes with a lot of upgraded engine parts as well. For example, from 2007 onwards, the engine oil sump came with 2 drain plugs instead of the just 1 drain plug. Now this car is pretty much my dream spec. When it came to color options, it was either only going to be white, blue, or grey for me. And I think this is space grey. It's either space grey or silver grey. I don't know. It looks fantastic though. One thing that I'm not a massive fan on is these 167M style wheels. Now these, believe it or not, did actually come on this car from factory. I've looked at the spec sheet. These are the M6 style wheels. So I'm thinking I probably will put the 166M style wheels on this car eventually. When it comes to the interior, it ticks all the boxes for me. Black interior, heated electric memory seats. These have the active bolsters as well, which wasn't a must for me, but it's kind of a nice thing to have. We have a sunroof, again, which is a nice thing to have. We also have a heads-up display, which I'm thinking may be a standard option on the M5. I could be wrong, but again, that's a nice thing to have. And I must say, the interior is in great shape. Only like the tiniest of wear on the driver's side bolster there. The rest of the interior is in pretty immaculate condition, to be honest. These cars really do hold up well. Now the exterior has definitely had paintwork at some point. It's fine though. I mean, it's, you know, more than usable I'm not too fussy about the paintwork. I do intend to drive this car. It's not just going to be kept in the garage for its entire life. Now, the main thing that puts people off buying these cars is the cost, the running cost, to be specific. So when it comes to fuel, yeah, we all know these are terrible on fuel. It's a 5-litre naturally aspirated V10 engine. It's never going to be great on fuel. On the motorway, you're probably looking at maybe 25 to 30 mpg. We're still yet to hypermile this car yet, so maybe that could be a challenge in the future, who knows. When it comes to the road tax here in the UK, you're talking the top band at the time of recording around £800 for the year. It's not really a problem though, because I don't plan on having this car on the road year round. It's strictly only going to be used during the summer months. When it comes to insurance prices as well, this car really isn't that bad to insure. Now, speaking of car insurance, let me tell you about today's video sponsor, Adrian Flux. If you've been living under a rock and you've never heard of Adrian Flux, they're an insurance broker that cover thousands of drivers across the UK. If you're learning to drive, Adrian Flux can cover you on your or your parents' car for as little as 55p a day. I've found Adrian Flux particularly useful when it comes to insuring a modified car. Protect your dream car by making sure it's properly insured. To check out Adrian Flux, click that link in the description box below. So another big cost when it comes to these cars is the maintenance. If you can't do your own maintenance, then good luck. The parts on these cars are incredibly expensive. It is kind of to be expected though, because when you think you do have a 5-litre V10 engine, which is pretty much comparable to any other supercar engine of the time, and given the fact that these cars are capable of going over 200 miles per hour, you do have uprated suspension and brakes, and so I think you can expect to have to pay a premium to maintain these cars. Now, if something goes wrong, I mean massively wrong, that's when you're talking a big expense for one of these cars. Now, let me pop the bonnet and we'll show you exactly what we're working with. So then, here is the 5-litre V10 engine. Pretty much the main cause of engine failure in these cars is the rod bearings, and I'm pleased to say the rod bearings have already been done. They've been done around 10,000 miles ago. There is some receipts and photos, I'll show you them in a little bit, but it's an absolute must that you replace the rod bearings in these cars. If you don't, well, then you may be looking at £10,000 plus for an engine replacement. Now, there's a few other little bits and pieces as well that I do want to do on this car to make it reliable, and as I mentioned, it was the cheapest in the country, so there is some problems with it for sure. Now, you probably mentioned this engine bay doesn't look standard. It does have a few painted bits here and there, but it also has these Venturi intakes as well, which I know are a common modification on these engines. I'm not too sure what I think of them. They do sound great, but for me, I like my engine bays looking nice and factory fresh, and we do have the stock airboxes, so I may be selling these Venturi intakes. They come with everything. I don't think they've been fitted that long either. I'm sure I'll still have the box for them as well. But yeah, that'll all be later on down the line. Also pretty sure both of the throttle actuators have been replaced at some point as well. Some more things that this car has had done to it. It's had all new suspension. It's sitting on Bilstein B16 coilovers, which I believe are supposed to work with the factory EDC system. I'm pretty sure it has the Evolve decatted headers on it as well. The rear differential has been rebuilt, and overall the car has been very well maintained. So as mentioned then, the rod bearings have been done. It's had new engine mounts, and I'm fairly sure the Vanos high pressure line was replaced at the same time as well. Here is some proof of the rod bearings as well. This is what the original rod bearings look like. As you can see, a lot of them down to the copper. So it's only a matter of time before these original bearings did fail. This is the replacement ones. Yeah, it's just nice to have things like photos to keep in your service history. It does have a full service history. I don't think it's particularly went too long between any oil changes, which is the main thing on these cars probably are due a service, which we will be doing, of course, on this car. I think it's on 95,000 now, which is actually pretty low for one of these. Now, in the boot included with the sale, as I mentioned, we have the factory air boxes. We have the internals of the rear differential. As I mentioned, it was rebuilt and recased. I think the other one was just very rusty. So that was all done. I think there is the original factory struts and springs in there. We have 20 litres of the Castrol Edge 10W60. I think the previous owner was going to service it. He never got round to it and I bought it off him. We also have 10 NGK spark plugs, obviously Bosch oil filter. Thinking here, I think that's just the original kidney grills, and I think we have a screen in there. I think that's the factory screen, because yes, it has been swapped out for this Android unit. I'm not too sure what I think of it. I may swap it back to the original, not fully decided yet. Now then, why was this car the cheapest example in the country? Well, as I mentioned, it does have some issues. It doesn't currently have an MOT. It expired like a week after I bought the car. And to show you the issues that it has, I need to get this thing fired up. So, as far as I know, the engine is absolutely fine. However though, we do have the brake light on, we do have the traction light on, we have a flat tyre monitor warning, which I've checked all the tyre pressures, they're all absolutely fine. As I mentioned, we have the traction control failure, DSC failure, PDC failure, and then when I switch the engine off, it will come up with EDC failure as well. So yes, we potentially have a very big headache on our hands. However though, I'm pretty confident we'll be able to get to the bottom of it. But yes, what do we think? What do we think about my dream spec BMW E60 M5? Fingers crossed, I think we do have a good one here. In the next video then, we will be diving deeper into exactly what could be the issue with this car. I want to thank you all for watching this video. Remember to give it a like, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you have not already done so. I will see you very, very soon in that next one.